Yeah.
So yeah.
And a good thing about this is too is that once you start interacting on people on this level, you start getting some die-hard fans really, really quickly. Because
Uh-huh.
when you think about it, most people when they go to on the internet, they'll get a little bit of content, they'll get a little bit of this, a little bit of verbiage and stuff like that. But when you have somebody who takes the extra effort, who not only has some verbiage that starts incorporating video, starts answering questions in a forum, that starts putting live streams where people can actually talk to them and get a hold of them, has their Skype information out there so they can talk to them and stuff like it. Your conversions just go through the roof
All
because
right.
your competition is nowhere near you.
That's right. Well, let's say I've identified a person, let's say, who's actively blogging.
Hmm.
Now this person, uh, how do I get this person on board my forum? How do I entice him?
Well, the
How
first
do
thing,
I make him come and bother with my site if he's got his own gig going on with his own blog and probably he's earning a little bit of revenues through it? How am I gonna make him come to me and be a loyal contributor?
well, one of the things about that is that the traditional way of doing business is almost an isolationist kind of a policy. Most people, when they go out there and they're wanting to run a business, they don't want to work around the people that are in their area that's doing the same around things they do
Mm-hmm. Right?
because
Because
this,
it's competition.
yeah, they think it's competition. Now, the new way of doing business and the way that's worked for me for a very long time is that the internet's not set up that way. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Um,
Open
Basically,
source.
yeah, it's a lot of it is that people want to get the information, and just because a business ignores the fact that there's other people around them that do the same thing doesn't mean that they're the only people that those people are going to see. This is why, like, when you go to your Facebook account and stuff like that, right? This is why they've got applications in there like YouTube and
Uh-huh.
like all these other MySpace applications that you can share your MySpace with your Facebook and your YouTube and all this good stuff. It's not an isolationist kind of a thing. They know that the more networked they are together, the more that they share with one another as far as clients and stuff, like the more time that those people will spend on their sites because they're getting all those different things, all those questions that they have to ask, and a group, a community. And it's all about building this community. So the first thing that I would do is if you see somebody who has a really great video, make a
Uh-huh.
video and respond to their video. Send, and video responses. You can go post a video response and you can just record it from your camera. Say, hey, this is a really great video. I'm from such and such whatever.com or whatever else. Tell them who you are, what you do, and whatever else. But I really got to say that this guy's on the ball, and I really enjoy this video. There's not often that I see such quality content, and he really addressed these issues really well. And put that out there, and post it to them. And they'll, more than likely, they'll post it up there. When you're doing your videos, you'll see them on YouTube and these other places, especially YouTube. Um, that at the bottom of these videos,
Hello, my name is Akshay Khanna.
you'll see the video comments down
Mm-hmm.
here. So not only are they getting someone who likes their video, but they're going to share that like the testimonial to somebody else. So that
So
person's going to,
the idea is, uh, it helps you, it helps them. So they got their own links to their website, contact info, and you expose that in your website. Then they benefit. They recognize that they're gonna benefit from it, so they go and agree with you.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
All right.
I'll share with you if you share with me. It's a win-win situation. You know,
The internet is too big a market for all of us. So it's definitely everyone's gonna profit from this. So yeah, work together.
yeah, that's one of the things too is that once you start trying to apply the isolationist attitude on the internet as far as your business, you're going to fail because people who network with other people and make it easier for the consumers to get everything they want in one place, those websites are going to work.
Yeah, that's exactly the idea behind my website. It's supposed to be an information hub. Now, there are many types of information. And you just said it clearly. You can go video, you can go article, you can go whatever way. And I wanted the website to be like that platform. I invite, I set up the party. I invite people in it, quality people I think that should be there, and then give them a venue to mingle. Right?
Exactly. The one thing that everybody has to realize is when you're doing a website, when you're building a website, that website is no once you publish it, that website is no longer your website. That website is your consumer's website. They tell you what they want to see. They put on there what they want to put on there, and the better you are at suiting their needs, the better your website will do.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can go and entertain them while you're educating them with a video, if you can give them a download to make it easier for them to get the information, if you can be available to them to be able to do those different things, to answer their questions or to take their comments, to spend that little extra time, your website's going to grow in leaps and bounds, and it won't be no time at all that you'll start seeing hits in your Google Analytics from countries that you've never heard before.
Okay. Now, have you tried like in your forum or website you feature a guy like Mr. X?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. X is a regular in this website, so if you got a question about his particular expertise,
Oh yeah, yeah,
so
definitely.
just ask it right here in this forum, and Mr. X is gonna answer it uh, the soonest possible time. So
Yep.
it's like you got different channels in your forum, different subtopics of people who are your invited guests. There are your resource people, and they're right there.
Oh, you definitely do. That's what you do. When I was working with the alternate energy products and stuff like that, and whatever
Mm-hmm.
else, I had a guy that only thing he did was work on the new technologies. I had a guy that worked on auto mechanics. I had a guy that worked on chemistry. I had a guy that worked on physics. I had a guy that worked on analysis. Had gentlemen that just did videos for experiments, and they weren't website designers. So I give them a place where they can play, that they can interact with each other. I let them put they had, since it was their, spot in the site, they had access to write articles, and they also, I gave all the people who wrote stuff on my pages and stuff like that, they made money off of it because they can advertise their products. They could, get the pay-per-click advertising for their articles, and they could have their own little community and stuff like that. And the really great thing about doing a website like that is that, it's kind of like having a store in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right.
if you had a store outside just in the corner somewhere, you could only realize the profits from your own traffic. But if you have a store inside of a mall, someone might go to the big box store, but they gotta walk past there. It's a whole day thing. They'll go past your store, and you just don't rely on your own traffic, but you share that traffic with everybody else, and being able to
Yeah.
network just like having a mall of experts, and
So
that's what
yeah,
works.
so it's like you made the mall, invited anchor stores in it, and you drive the traffic from all those stores, and it's your mall.
Exactly. And when it comes down to it, too, is that when I go out there and do my monthly newsletters about the things that are going on the site, it's just not me. So everybody that's inside of that mall, that website, that community that's ahead of that community, um, they get to put their message with everybody else's message in there too. So like the Chamber of E-commerce thing. I'm going to go out there I'm going to go and invite these business networks like the Chamber of Commerce and the Women's Small Business and some website people and whatever else. So when I go out there and send a newsletter every month, they'll say, okay, we have these events. So when they look on the events calendar and we get it filled out, I'll have, pretty much an event every day of the week, if not 2 or 3 events every day of the week. So people are going to be more likely to come to one site that has it all and then be dispersed out just like a mall than they are trying to go from store to store to store to store to store. You start becoming a repository for information, and everybody
Exactly.
wins for it.
They don't have to go all and search in the whole internet for information for resources. You've got them all centered into one
Exactly.
place.